Okay, now onto the fun bit then. So we're going to learn how to play 5 riffs. Okay, now what a riff is a repetitive phrase that you hear in a piece of music. It tends to come back throughout the song, so it's like a little theme that will come back. You'll hear it throughout the song as you go through the song. What's great about a riff is that they're normally quite short, and that means that you get a great sense of achievement quite quickly from it. It's not like opening a song that has like 6 pages of tablature to learn and you feel like a bit dismayed when you're a beginner. You think, oh God, I'm not going to get through this. A riff is very short and very pleasing to be able to play quite quickly, and you can quickly show your friends and family and say, look what I've learned. You know, it's really quite a cool thing to do. So the first riff we're going to look at the set, the 5, is going to be Another One Bites the Dust by Queen. Okay. If your amplifier that you've got with your guitar has an overdrive channel, just press that little button in and we're going to go into the overdrive channel just for fun. How this riff starts off, it starts off with 3 down strokes on the E string. I'm also going to rest my palm, which is this part of the right hand, on the saddle of the guitar, the saddles of the guitar, which are these parts down here, okay? Just experiment with that because your hand might have to move that way or that way. It depends, okay, on the guitar you're using. You're going to do 3 chunky down strokes, so... Okay, we get that nice muted sound. We don't want this. It's not quite the same, okay? So we want that nice chunky muted sound. Not too muted, so not this way. Okay, it sounds horrible, so make sure you keep that nice in your palm, not back on the saddles of the guitar here. So we do 3 down strokes first of all, so we got... Okay, here comes the fiddly bit now, because the picking's going to change. So on the picking, we've got to go up, down, down on that low E string, so... Okay, so far we've only done the open E string, but we've created interest by adding rhythm to it. So that's up, down, down on that second part. Then we do finger 1 on fret 3 of the low E string. That's a down pick. Then open, and then up to fret 5 with finger 3 on the low E string. And that's a down pick, okay? So if I do the whole part of that riff. Okay, and then the little bit that connects the riff to make it cycle round is this bit that goes 5, 3, and then back to 0. So, and that I pick down, up, and then back to down, okay? So the whole riff in cycle, I'll do it nice and steady, and I'll do it up to speed. Here we go. And here's up to speed. Another thing to mention, it's a bit harder, but in between, to make the notes sound like, you know, short and nice and sharp, I'm resting my hand down. If I play it again for you, you'll see my fingers just resting down and stopping the note, so it don't sound like this. It sounds different to this if you watch this one. You can see my hands just pulsing onto the fretboard, just stopping the notes in between. That takes some practice, okay? So get the hang of that one. Great, I'll see you for riff number 2. Okay, here we are, riff number 2 then. This one's by a band called Ocean Colour Scene. It's called the Riverboat Song. This one's all down on the lower part of the fretboard, based around fret number 2 on the A and the D strings, okay? We're going to pick this all down picked, okay? So don't worry too much about the right hand. The original is further up the guitar, okay? I'm not going to worry about that. We're just going to do it lower down the guitar because we want you to achieve this riff, okay? It's quite a cool riff, just very repetitive. Okay, simple as that. Let's have a go at this then. So we start with our second finger on the A string, fret number 2. Then we do an open on the D string, fret 2 on the D string, back to fret 2 on the A string, open on the D, fret 2 on the D. Here we go again, so nice and slow. Okay, and up to speed. So the original riff is quite pacey. It's a real great one to get your fingers moving in the left hand, that second finger moving around. Again, your pick working really quickly with the finding the strings in the right hand, okay? So that's a really great riff. Just a few notes, but it's quite quick and it makes it more difficult to play. That's riff number 2. I'll see you for riff number 3. Here we are then, riff number 3. This one's a fun one. This one's from a film. This is Mission Impossible theme, okay? With this one, I'll play it through first of all. Okay, it's a real fun one to do on a loop, this one. So we're going to do open on the A string, 2 of those, then finger 2, fret number 3 of the A string, and open on the D string, back to 2 open on the A string. And we're going to use finger 2 on fret 3 of the low E string, and we're going to do fret 3, fret 4 to finish off the cycle. So, and then it goes back round. So nice and slow for you. And up to speed as it is on the track. Okay, that's riff number 3. If you can, try and get all of these down. You might like one more than the other, so that's fine if you want to pick and choose which riffs you learn. I would advise any beginner guitarist to have a go at all 5 riffs before moving on. I'll see you in the next clip. Okay, this was an older one, but a real fun one. This is Wipeout, okay? This one we're going to use our second finger on the G string. I'll just play the riff first of all, actually, so you can hear it. That'll be a good start. So. Okay, it's a busy one, all right. So it's a bit of a harder one, this one, because it moves up the fretboard a little bit, and we're using more than the, just the 1 or 2 fingers. Okay, so this is a difficult one. If you get this one, put big pat on the back to you to get this one. So fret number 2, finger 2, we'll start on the G string. Okay, we're going to pick that once, so we're all down picked again. Then we're going to use our first finger on the B string, fret number 1, and we're going to walk up. So we could do fret number 2, one of those, fret 1 on the B, fret 2 on the B, fret 3, and we pick that 3 times, then back to fret 1, and then back to fret 2 on the G string. So first part, stage 1. That goes again. And again. And again. Okay, so we do that 4 times. And then we move up. It's that same thing, we're going to move up now, so the pattern changes a little bit. We use our third finger on the 3rd fret of the B string. We can pick that one. And then we're going to go high E string, finger 1, 2 and 3 again on frets 1, 2 and 3. So finger 3, fret 3 of the B string once. Finger 1, fret 1 of the high E string once. Finger 2, once. Finger 3 once. And then we're going to pick that a few more times now. So pick that 3 times, sorry. So, and then finger 1 back on fret 1, and finger 3 back on fret 3 of the B string. Okay, put that together with the first bit. We're going to build this up in stages, this one. We do that twice, okay? That riff, that second part of the riff, we do twice, and then we go back to the first one. And we do that twice as well, okay? Yours may not be this fast, by the way. Yours will just be nice and steady, nice and slow, because you'll learn it at a good pace at this, sort of like. Okay, so that's absolutely fine. What we're going to do next then, so we've gone. 4 of those, 2 of those, 2 of those. Then we go up to fret 5 on the B string with a 3rd finger. We do the same pattern that we did on fret 1 and 3 down this end of the B string. So it goes. Okay, exactly the same. So finger 3, fret 5 of the B string once. Finger 1, fret 3 of the high E string once. Walk up, finger 2, fret 4, and then 3 of these. Finger 3, fret 5 for 3 of those. Fret 3 for 1 with the finger 1, and then over across to the B string again, finger 3, fret 5. And then it goes 5 on the B string, rolls across onto fret 5 of the high E string. Then you can walk down now, so finger 3, finger 2, fret 4, finger 1, fret 3. So, and then you do 3 of those down to fret 1 on the high string, and then finger 3, fret 3 of the B string, and then you're back to the start. And then right at the end, a little bit different, it changes. It goes 2 on the G string, finger 2, 3 on the B string, finger 3, finger 1, fret 1 of the B string, and then back to finger 2 on the G string. And then you're going to go 1, 2, 3, 4. Okay, so sort of like 7 on the end there. Alright? So the whole riff goes like this. Okay, you can play that as well with a bit more advanced technique, which is something like alternate picking, where you sort of down and up pick to make that more efficient to play. But we'll worry about that a little bit later on in when we talk a bit more about techniques. Hope you enjoy that riff. That's a difficult one. I'll see you in the next riff. Congratulations on getting this far. This is riff number 5, Aerosmith Walk This Way. This is a really cool riff. I remember learning this a good few years ago and just being super excited when I got it down. I could play it to my friends. It's a really cool one to get down. It starts on the open A string. Okay, so open A, then your first finger on fret 1 of the A string. You walk up, finger 2, fret 2 of the A string. And then you're going to roll across, so you're going to roll the finger across onto the D string, fret number 2. Okay, and we're going to pick that all down picked. The last note that we hit is an open E string. This is quite tricky because we've got to jump from the D string back to the E. So okay, that's quite tricky quickly to get to that E string, so just spend some time working on that if you struggle with this one. Then we go the riff again. Second time, we go on the third finger on fret 3 of the low E string, and we're going to pull off, so pick that, we're going to flick the string downwards. So if you've not done a pull off before, very quickly explain it to you. You can put your third finger down on the low E string there, and you're going to flick the string without repicking it with the right hand. The note's going to ring out from you flicking the string down with the left hand on the third finger. Okay, so your third finger, if you do it correctly, should land on the string below it, keeping it quiet, keeping the A string muted and quiet. We don't want to go and catch that A string. Okay, the finger should, correct technique, you should land on the string below it to keep it muted. And then we go to finger 2, fret 2 of the D string. So we got full riff. And then it goes again. On the last one this time, we're going to hit an A5 power chord. Don't worry too much about what power chord is. We'll talk about that later in the course. You're going to hit an open A string, and your first or second finger, whatever's more comfortable for you, I use my first, on the second fret of the D string, and you're going to just aim to hit just those two strings, the A and the D, okay? So, and let that ring. That's the riff, okay? I'll do it once slow, and then once up to speed, and you should get this one down. Tricky one, but a real worthwhile persevering with this one. Here we go. And here's up to speed. Okay, so it's a real difficult one, that one. So just spend some time with that. My advice to you as well would be, if you don't like any of the 5 riffs, that's fine. You can sit them out and miss them out. But what I would say is a beginner guitarist, have a go at learning all 5, because they've been designed to be put them in an order, so there's sort of a level of difficulty. And if you have a go at all 5, you'll notice improvements along the way there. As I say, we put them in a level order of difficulty. However, you might find riff number 1 really difficult or riff number 5 really difficult. It's all down to the person who's learning this. Okay, so have fun with those riffs, and I'll see you in the next clip.